All right. What are we today? Tuesday. Welcome back to Creative Talk Podcast. My name's Kabraska King.
And I'm Amber King.
Amber Depp. Amber Johnny Depp.
Okay.
If you checked out this week's other podcast or last week's podcast that we did, there was a really fantastic session that we had around Amber Heard and Johnny Depp.
Yes.
Which is where that joke is aligned to. So if you didn't check it out, then you should, because it's really funny.
Where can you see it?
And it's available on all of our channels on YouTube, on TikTok. How are you, Amber?
Oh, I'm great, Kabraska. How are you?
Oh my God, what a voice.
That's my white
It was
voice.
a sincere question. It wasn't like a piss take. You know if I'm taking the piss.
I'm good.
Mm.
I'm a bit cold.
It is
Getting
pretty
cold
cold.
in Melbourne.
We're wearing black today, look. You're a Pura, I'm a saint. It's so true, because I am a saint. Anyhow. Welcome to Creative Talk Podcast. We're back again Tuesday. We're going to try and keep this a regular thing every Tuesday, do a business podcast, and then on Sunday we're doing tarot readings, and then I game on Saturday or Sunday or Friday, depending on...
Or every day.
It's not every day. If it was, I'd be a really good gamer, but I'm not. So then that means
maybe
I need more practice.
No, I think maybe that's telling you something. Like maybe you should just give up on the gaming because you're not young like a gamer anymore. Like just admit it. Like you're never going to be like as good as those 13-year-old kids that you play against.
Well, we all know they should be in school and not gaming at the times when people like myself are gaming. So
why
they
are you not working
at school, kids?
Why are you not working when at the times when they're at school?
I am working.
On your gaming?
Yeah, it's called improving your cognitive
So if
ability.
you're wondering who does all the work at King Creative, it's not Kabraska. Okay. So
I do work occasionally. Sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, what are we talking about today?
Today we're going to be talking about some TikTok news around influencers and content, and what you should actually not do. Usually we give tips on what you should do, but today we've seen some stunning things in the media, which is just too good not to share.
Yeah.
And so today is going to be about what you should not do when doing TikTok. A TikTok, or actually any content, to be honest. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was quite surprising what we found. So, shall we kick into it?
I don't think we should use the word kick at the moment.
Well, we're not going to start with that one, are we?
No?
No.
All right, start with the other one. Influencer one.
A positive one to start with. Anyway.
Neither of them are, really.
So this first story that we're going to share with you today can be found on the Pedestrian website. It's about a small to medium-sized business, which is called Safety First. Safety First, they've got a big following. They've got like 67,000 on TikTok. And they got approached by a particular influencer to do some products. So she made a video because what happened with working with this influencer was pretty shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the only word I can use to describe it, because
a very bad experience.
Pretty bad. So I'm going to play this video and then we're going to read the story, and then Amber and I are going to give you our take on the whole thing, but it's pretty bad. So here is the video that Safety First guys posted on on TikTok, which explains their experience of working with a particular influencer who wanted to get product from them and work with the brand. So here we go. Check this out.
And here's why I'll never work with another fucking influencer again. Influencer, hey girl. I love your products. Let me help you get your name out there.
Me? OMG. Your following is huge. I'd love to please choose any of my products you want me to send.
Influencer chooses $500 worth of products.
Me and my dumb ass sends products. Me, 4 weeks later, hey girl, just checking in, did you get the products?
Influencer, yeah girl, just waiting on payment from you.
Waiting on payment from you. Waiting on payment from you. So if you missed that whole thing, what happened is an influencer reached out to this brand. This brand runs this website where they have phone cases and a whole bunch of other products that you can go and buy. And there's heaps of stuff that's on there. We'll get to that in another part too. But she sells a lot of products on there. And these products, this influencer that approached her asked if she could get $500 worth of products.
No, first of all, she said, I love your products. I've got a really big following on TikTok and I can help you get your name out there. Could I have some products? And then the owner of the business, Safety First, says, sure, choose some. And then the influencer chose $500 worth.
Now, the product prices on what's on the website is like everything ranges from about $25 each. So that would have been a sizable amount of product for a small to medium business. Quite a lot more than what you would normally pay or use for a promotion with an influencer, depending on the size of audience. Anyway, she says that's cool and she sends them the $500 worth of product. Now, one thing we need to stipulate is there was no discussion of any contracts in anything between the business or the influencer, which for Amber and I is a massive red flag, because no matter what you talk about in person over Zoom or over Instagram or whatever, you need a contract.
You need it.
Need a contract. And this is because there's going to be deliverables, there's going to be product exchanged. Like, it's just not a freebie. You need to treat it like a proper business, like a proper engagement.
Yep.
We use contracts for all of the stuff we do with influencers, no matter what they get, what they do, has to be done. It also shows the influencer that you're not taking the piss, that you're pretty serious about working with them, and all the stuff that you're going to give is on that contract, and all the stuff that they're going to do is also on the contract. So I would make sure that you have one of these on there. Hey, kia ora, Carnage. Volume is quite low on Twitch. Oh, let me try that. Try that. Is that better? Hopefully that's a bit better. Let's see.
Maybe it's mine.
Maybe it's yours. I don't know whose it is.
But my mic won't stay still.
Let me know if that's any better, brother. Thanks for letting us know. We oh, it's better. Oh, sure.
Sweet.
Mean. Thanks for dropping in, my bro, and for letting us know. We're talking about TikTok tips and news today, and this is one based on a small business who basically got played by an influencer. So what happened is this business owner sent the product to the influencer, and the influencer then, only after receiving the product, then asked to be paid.
No, but you know what's really stink is that
they never talked about payment.
Yes, that's one thing, but she said only after the brand, so only after the owner of the business contacted her 4 weeks later to check up to see what was happening, then did the influencer go, oh, I'm waiting for payment. So she knew she did something wrong, the influencer, by not being upfront to ask for money to begin with. And then she just was going to leave it. She was not even going to say, oh, thanks for sending that. And now I'm going to do, now I've received it and you have to pay me however much. To do
you know what? I actually think this is how that influencer made money, though. I actually think she's done this with a number of businesses and literally just reached out to heaps of people on Instagram, because there's thousands of small to medium businesses like this one. Asked them for their product, probably has a whole bunch of bots and fake people on her account anyway, so they're not even real, and gets a whole bunch of free shit.
She probably sells it on Etsy.
And probably, like, sells it on Etsy.
Sells it and makes money from it, because then when the lady said, oh, I'm not, that we didn't talk about payment, and she said, I'm not going to send the products back to you.
So that's the first half of this thing, right? The scammer or the influencer, I would say. And unfortunately, there are a shit ton of these types of people out there, not just on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram. They promise you the world and they don't deliver. And it's one of the reasons why whenever we work with influencers, talent management agencies, whoever, we always make sure that we have a contract and that they sign it and that all of this is done, a contract and a discussion and deliverables, what they're going to get, what they're going to do, what you're going to give. That's all discussed. It's very transparent. And then you put all of that into a contract and you get them to sign it before you send them any product, or make any payment. Definitely a scammer. Definitely a scanner, Carmage. Well, for me, it's more of a scammer tactic for sure.
It's similar to one that those foodies, those food influencers that we talked about last time, a few months ago.
These two beautiful girls that basically went around to try and get free food.
So it's in the similar kind of thing, you know.
Heaps of red flags. Heaps of red flags. Yeah. Look out for it on both sides. If it's all in writing and transparent, can't go wrong. 100%. That's how we play too. Like, it has to be transparent, open, honest. Like, you know, any relationship, whether business or personal, has to be like that regardless. But when you're dealing with young people, like, you know, Gen Z, and even when you're dealing with millennials or older, the best way to protect yourself, and it is about protecting yourself, your business, and not wasting money, not wasting your time or sending out products and not getting anything in return, is to have a contract. It's a very simple step that we see people just not doing.
Yeah.
And we don't know why.
But you know why? Because she probably doesn't, the owner of Safety First probably just knows about creating products. She probably doesn't know about creating contracts and things like that.
Yeah.
You know, and she probably was trusting and trusted that the influencer would deliver on what she said.
Yeah, I think she was too trusting. And then, like, the sad part of it is the end where the influencer
you never said anything about a payment.
Influencer, well, I don't work for free. I suggest you pay because I'm not sending the stuff back.
Me?
I suggest you pay because I'm not sending the stuff back.
It's terrible.
Dude, you know what? That screams Gen Z at me all the whole time, man, because it's just like, I want to sit in my bed, do nothing, and get paid and get free shit. Yeah. And I've just found a way to do that, and it's to scam people. And that's my job. Welcome to the new generation.
Oh, man.
There are a lot of them out there too, and this poor chick, like, or male or female.
I think it's a woman.
I think it's a woman.
Her nails the show.
So it's really disappointing because what ended up happening is she lost, obviously, a whole bunch of stuff from giving this influencer the brand, and we see it all the time. So I decided.
No, but reading that last sentence is quite funny. Have a peek at their website if you want to support a local business rather than ripping
them off. It's very Australian.
But
have a peek at their website if you want to support a local business rather than ripping them off. So rather than ripping them off, we decided to go check out the website, and this is their website. This is their website because I was actually going to support and buy some product, but then looking at some of the stuff, I got a little bit suspicious around some of the stuff that they're actually selling. For instance, like this. A Louis Vuitton branded toilet cover. Now,
that's weird in itself, isn't it?
Now, that's a small to medium business, and I'm no genius, but I would say that she does not have an agreement with Louis Vuitton in order to sell a toilet cover. Especially not for the price of, let's just have $125.
So who's ripping who off right now? So go show the other one.
That's one product that I found, right, is the Louis Vuitton toilet cover. But then we also have another product that she's done, which is a little bit worse. A Post Malone product. Now, look.
That one takes the cake. Post Malone.
I was an artist, right? I was a musician. If I ever saw a website like this have my face on a toilet cover.
Toilet brush.
Shut down the website. Shut it down right now. You're right, Carnage. Copyright infringement. There's a whole lot of issues that could actually happen with this type of product. So, you know, part of me is like looking at the story, feeling really sad for her. Like, oh, that's really bad that happened, man. Maybe we can support her locally, buy some stuff from her, support her, whatever. But then I look at her site to do that, and this is what I see. A Post Malone, a Louis Vuitton, and then like this one is really special. This one here that she created, where she actually...
that one. Rainbow pastels inspired.
No. It's the one where she calls it, instead of LV, it's called VL or something.
I think it's on the... Oh, is it that one?
This one. So instead of calling it Louis Vuitton, right? Louis Vuitton package, she's called it the VL. Come on. Come on, VL. Come on.
Terrible.
I mean, part of me is like, this is a little bit karma. You're ripping these brands off, these artists off, you're making money off them, and you are not paying them anything. I'm pretty damn sure you're not. So part of me is like, well, maybe you kind of got a bit of karma that came back your way. And just so you know, like, she may have called it a different thing, right? And she's done that for a reason. But at the same time, this brand is exactly the same as, this is Louis Vuitton's actual website in Australia. Here you can see the LV, which is exactly the same as your new designer toilet brush cover, which comes to you at the relatively cheap price of $125.
Ooh.
Whereas this handbag is $2,800. Which one would you like, Meta? The green bag or
neither of them. I'm not into those brands.
Definitely made in China, sees garbage. 100%, brother. 100%. So look, it's a sad story with a really
weird
interesting
ending.
Twist.
Yeah.
Because it is a real story. There are a lot of influencers out there, unfortunately, a lot of young influencers that are collaborating with brands, and they're not very good at negotiating. They're not very upfront. They know that if they get product, then they can charge you money, and they do that all the time. We see it all the time. But one thing that can protect yourself from these types of people is a contract. And if there's one thing that you take away from today, if you're ever working with any brand influencers, and let's be honest, in this day and age, they have a lot of power.
Everyone's an influencer these days.
Oh my God. Are you an influencer?
No.
You are.
To who? The cat? She influences me, more like it.
No, she does actually.
She tells me when she wants food. She wakes me up. She cuddles. It's her. She's the influencer. She gets more views.
And her content does better than ours.
Her content does better than mine. So right now, her latest reel is over 3,000 views.
Yeah, she's pretty Insta famous at the moment, that cat. Anyway, this is a real problem within the market. If you have a small business and you're selling products and you want that additional reach, influencers is a great way to do it. It usually costs you product. But I also think times have changed. Influencing as a business has been going on for almost a decade. Over a decade.
Yeah.
Like not the Michael Jordan level,
no,
or the Magic Johnson level, or like, you know, sports celebrities, movie actors level.
People who were actually skilled at doing something.
That's a different type of influencer for Amber and I. They're like the Snoop Dogs, they're like the 50 Cent, like they're elite, right? And then you have these other people who have not been media trained. They haven't grown up within a facility that teaches them how to do things properly. And they haven't had the right management or the right support with which to negotiate or communicate how they do it. They are literally a kid sitting at home who has two parents or a parent or a family, and they haven't been skilled or taught these skills on how to do this. And this is a business transaction at the end of the day. So they need to be skilled. But also as a business, you need to protect yourself. And so you can do what happened with this and then get burnt. Like what happened with Safety First.
But look, you know, it almost makes me think that she set it up, because look, at the time of reporting, the video has amassed 308,000 views.
Well, look, when you showed me this, I was feeling sorry for her. But then I looked at her amazing VL bundle for $125.
So you want the VL bundle?
Oh, I was almost going to buy the Post Malone toilet cover because, you know, I'm a big fan of Post.
You want to put a face on toilet brushes.
Oh, you know, it's just one of those things I've always wanted to get in my life, especially if I have a matching phone case with my toilet cover. Like, I've never thought of doing that before. A matching phone cover to go with my toilet brush.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, we digress. That is our first our first story around TikTok content and what you can do in order to avoid, but at the same time protect yourself from working with scammy little influencers who just want product and then they're going to try and charge you money afterwards. Contract. That is what we will say.
Yep.
Anything else?
No, we've said enough on that one.
Still think I'm going to buy me a Post Malone toilet brush though.
No, you're not.
No?
Where are you going to use that? In the cat's toilet?
I don't know.
Put a picture of her on it. That's more.
I don't have an iPhone. That's an
fitting.
iPhone cover, so it won't even work for my phone. So
No.
I'm a bit disappointed about that. She doesn't have all the models, but anyway, she's got Samsung
Oh,
there.
she's got Samsung.
Oh, look, I can
and model
customize
type.
it. Wow. Right. Anyway, enough of that. Moving on from the Louis Vuitton VLLV small business that got scammed, we have another piece of content which was done by the New South Wales Police Department. Now, if there's anyone at the New South Wales Police Department who would like to have a chat about what kind of content
What to do on TikTok?
you should be doing as a government authority,
Give us a
call us. Like, call us. Here's why. If you haven't seen this in the news, it's blowing up something wicked. Paige Burden originally shared this video on TikTok, but the New South Wales Police Department actually shared this on their own TikTok page because, you know, it's so cool that the police can do TikTok while also fighting crime and saving people's lives and, you know, giving out
Beating
tickets.
people
'cause
up.
that whole thing just makes perfect sense. Anyway.
Play from the beginning, mate.
They originally did this video as a TikTok video, which they shared on their page. But since this stuff has hit, they have removed it.
Of course.
But thankfully, there are people like Paige who has actually shared it on her Twitter. And now we can actually watch it. And it's beautiful.
All its glory.
Then I'll need to find a matching Post Malone toilet floor mat. Oh, brother.
You should have
You're onto it,
she
my
might
friend.
make one for you.
Maybe she will. Maybe.
Oh my god.
Anyway, back to the story. So this is the actual TikTok video from the New South Wales Police Department. Let me know what you think about this video. Let me know what you think.
What you call an icon living? Start a record label, Misfits just did it. Nylon cover 5 minutes. Whoa, we up too hot in the business. About to make a movie independent. Need new
New South Wales Police. Now let's just play that again, just in case you missed a part on the video which made it go viral, actually.
What you call an icon living? Start a record label, Misfits just did it. Nylon cover.
It's that part, just in case you missed it. It's the stomping part on someone who is like looking at you, right? Bruce.
We've seen enough of the stopping. We get it, we get it.
I could do this all day.
This
Anyway,
is what you do all day when
This
you're
is not something you want to see from a police officer.
especially not in this country.
Not in New South Wales police. Like, there is actually trending videos on TikTok of kids doing this, but then they turn it into a dance, or they dance to the Jaden Smith song. Like, it is a thing.
Yeah, and they're
on
not
TikTok.
cops. They're not cops.
They're not government
stomping
officials.
on somebody's head.
They're not New South Wales Police Department. And they're definitely not doing
Nylon
that.
cover 5 minutes. Whoa, we up too hot in the business.
So, you know, New South Wales Police Department, if you ever need a tip on what kind of content you want to do for your
That's
TikTok
enough. That's
page,
enough of that. Thank
I don't
you.
think this is the kind of stuff that you want kids to be thinking about when they are watching your...
No,
Anyway,
I don't think.
enough
I
of
mean,
that.
there's
We can
been
move
enough.
on.
There's been so many deaths. There's been so many incidents of police brutality in this country. I don't think we need to be, you know, condoning it.
I feel a little bit sorry for them because at the time, I think they were doing something that wasn't associated to violence or... They kind of just no words. I've got words for you, brother. It's this.
Don't play it again.
Like, I don't know what they were thinking, man.
They weren't.
I don't know what they were thinking of with this content. It was a trending piece of content.
There's
Obviously,
so-
there was
I
no
know.
malice in it, I would say, at the time.
But there's so many other trending things. There's
You're a
so
New South
many
Wales
other.
government official. I wouldn't have done it anyway.
There's so many other trending things that you could do. So many.
How about a dance video?
Yeah, like how about anything else
How about
like
an
that?
eating donut video, which they have actually done.
Yeah.
They've done an eating donut video.
it's pretty insensitive. Let's say
Quite
that. But then we know that the police force over here is like that. We know there's been deaths in custody. There's been, you know, a lot of police brutality.
I need to put the boost up on repeat. I've just done it.
Had enough of that.
But I'm not sure I can do it as a piece of content because it's pretty vicious. But I might put it into our social. No, I won't.
No, we don't want to have that.
I don't want to celebrate any of that kind of vibe. I just wanted to bring attention to the fact that it seems that no matter what they are, a business or you know, a large scale business, a government authority like a local police station in New South Wales, or it could be anyone. It's really hard to make good content. I get it. We're marketers, and like making good content is not freaking easy. Everyone thinks it's easy, but it takes a lot of thought and looking at what it is you're trying to tell, what story you're going to talk about, how you're going to create it, what platforms are good. None of that thinking process was obviously done with this piece of content. And because of that, this story has gone crazy big. So big, in fact, that they actually had to remove it. This is the video that it was on the New South Wales Police Department, but they had to remove it for obvious reasons.
Yeah, so look at that. Who the fuck approved this? Like, seriously, who did approve
it all, really, doesn't it? It's a worldwide issue. Police brutality. So no good on their part. No, my friend, it's not. Especially when you take into account what happens in US and what happens all over the world.
In 2020, New South Wales Police was investigated after an officer was filmed kicking and pinning down an Indigenous teenager during an arrest. So, like, you know, they've been investigated for that kind of shit.
So, I mean, what? The state cop, Mick Fuller, dismissed the assault as the police officer was just having a bad day.
Oh, yeah. So, is it
having
okay
a bad day does not mean that you can kick and smash somebody. Was that what Amber Heard was doing? Having a bad day for like 6 years?
6 years.
A bad day. And then every day beating up Johnny Depp. And then at the same time, shitting on the bed.
We can't get away from old Amber Turd.
Oh, it's just so good to talk about old Turdy though. You know, like she's next level crazy. Like there's a level of craziness and she just shat all over it.
That's gross though. Like, why would you do that to Johnny Depp? Like, he's the man.
Johnny's the fucking man. Anyway. And he's even more the man now because of all that. Anyway, we're going back. So
insensitive, crazy. And so this is what you know, if you're thinking, oh, what can I do for my social content, for my TikTok content? Not that. That's not the thing to do.
So see, this post is only one of the many where they reshared this post straight away, and it only just came up on the 5th. So they reshared this post many times, and it started going viral. Like, it started getting massive traction, and it was just like, what in the police brutality did I just watch? Very insensitive content. Very insensitive, not planned whatsoever. Obviously, they didn't have a company that was telling them, like, I think stomping on people is probably not going to be a good idea.
Yeah, now they're doing probably a PR scrambling, trying to put out some good news stories about their police force.
That was them just removing the TikTok. They didn't say anything. And I feel sorry for these 2 police officers because both of them would have got slammed.
No, I don't feel sorry for them at all. Like, come on, think. Like, if that's the first thing that you think of, what is ingrained in you that you think that's okay?
Oh, yeah, it's true. That is on the deeper level already.
What is in you?
My second coffee for today, so I'm not there yet.
I thought you were only going for 1 coffee a day now.
No, I can't do that. I'm on my second.
I'm going to tell Isaac, Luke, that you are...
What? You're going to knock on me?
I am. Isaac, if you're listening.
Don't pay attention.
He said to me,
this is my first...
I'm only going to have 1 coffee a day now.
After my other one.
Isaac's we've been chatting about it.
A photo of.
Second one. He's lies.
Isaac. No, Isaac is like a chef, man. You should see his...
Don't change the subject.
Well, I have to because you're trying to make me bad for drinking another coffee, but I'm not because I'm really good because I haven't had any chocolate, unlike...
When did I have chocolate?
No, I was just trying to make something up. It didn't work.
It didn't work.
No, the content should revolve around laws people need to get better at following, but add some comedy to explaining. 100%. 100%. Yeah. Like, there's so many things that they could have done. Like, you didn't have to do the stomping thing.
Yeah.
You didn't have to go there, New South Wales Police. You didn't have to do that.
There's so many other things you could do.
Oh, you could have done.
What good we're doing in the community.
You could have done 5 steps to not doing crime.
No, you know what? I think, how the...
How to put your seatbelt on and keep your family safe. You could have done...
How to stick to the speed limit.
Your lights at the front to make sure they're not broken.
Or the back.
You could have done so many things.
But you know how I reckon they're a little bit jealous of the New Zealand police because they have really good social. You know how they do good dances and then they'll do the haka or they'll do like really cool stuff. I reckon they're trying to be a bit like that and be cool on social, but they're just not.
I think also New Zealand police are not the same as any other police force in the world. One, they don't have any guns.
Yeah.
Like when they actually talk someone out of doing something, they're literally talking someone out of doing something. And that takes like a massive skill with which to do that. And whereas here they have tasers and bloody pepper spray and they have
guns.
Yeah, they have like pistols and rifles and they have a SWAT team and they have all this other stuff. But I don't necessarily think that makes a very good police force.
Yeah, because of what is it? It's like the US ones. They just use force first, right?
Well, they just shoot. They just shoot. Do anything. They just shoot. Yeah. Coffee is good as long as there's not too much sugar. That's my problem. I put about 3 sugars in my one, and they're not just little ones. And that's why I'm not allowed to drink it.
Well, that was your new rule.
That's in the lessons tonight. Have a good one. Thanks for dropping by, Carnage. Appreciate it as always, my friend. Appreciate you being here. Thanks so much for your insight too. I think you're bang on the money. You got some good ideas. Some really good ideas. But yeah, the police department could have done a whole bunch of different content. They could have done a whole content plan around anything else, but something that shows violence, brutality.
It's not the thing.
It'd be like if they did a king hit, like when
and
they had that one knockout and then like that guy hit the other female police officer and she got knocked out. Like imagine that.
Yeah, like smacked her from behind.
Ooh, they could have done a Johnny Depp take on anything. Like
she could have smashed him.
She could have beaten him up. No, that would have just been.
Look, no, you can't do any of that. You can't do any violent stuff. It's got to be around a feel good kai time. Yeah, we want to have kai time too, all day, every day.
But my wife won't let me eat. If you want to send me some food, send it to.
Oh, we like boil up.
327 boil up.
Fried bread.
Oh, I love boil up. Oh. Is there such a thing as like no fat boil up? Like low fat, vegan only boiler?
Not vegan.
Gluten free boiler?
Yes. Oh, I don't like doughboys. But no, what you
can't have gluten free boiler, but what is cooking?
Yes. Gluten is the only gluten in a boiler would be doughboys. So if you don't have doughboys, which we don't have, is that the kitty?
He's trying to get in. No, it's not time for you, cat. You just have to wait. She's missing out. She wants to be in the podcast.
She can hear us.
Anyway, today we have talked about 2, and this is only 2, and there's there's quite a few different stories. 2 TikTok pieces of content that you should not do in your business. 1, a stomping video, which if you missed it,
the cops.
Boosh.
Okay, that's enough violence for today.
Don't do that, especially if you're the New South Wales Police Department or any police department or any government official department.
Yeah.
Just don't, just don't. Instead, call us. We'll help you. Create some cool content that's really funny because we're funny.
We are. We've worked with the Australian government before on cybersecurity for Twitter. So,
Gosh, how tough was that?
That was tough, but we did it. So, if you do need us to help you with your social,
I would even help the New South Wales Police Department create a schedule of content for free. Just because this kind of content.
No, don't say that.
Is not gonna...
No, man. Fuck that. We need to get paid. We're working with those guys. They got lots of money. Never mind this working for free. Next.
Oh, Nana. Oh, you crack me up, dude. That's so funny. The other option was, the other example we had was safetyfirst.au, a small business.
Working with an influencer.
A small business working with an influencer who literally got scammed. And unfortunately, it was not a positive story. They sent $500 worth of product to the influencer expecting content and got nothing. But they also have some dodgy products on their website, which...
Yes, we've already had a look at those.
For me, could be a bit karmic.
Karmic?
Karmic. A little bit karmic. Yeah, potentially karmic, but still bad. And if you want to protect yourself from working with influencers or content creators, YouTubers, Twitchers, whoever you want to work with for your business, you need a contract. Yeah. You need a transparent document that says what you're going to do, what they're going to do. They need to sign it. It's legally binding. And then in which case, usually after that has taken place, no one scams each other.
Yeah.
They just do the job like you're supposed to. It's a business transaction. You got to make sure you look after yourself. Those were the two examples that we had for TikTok content that you should not do.
Or you should take note of. And the kitty is calling.
You should not do. Should not do.
She wants
Don't do the police thing. Don't do the stompy thing. Don't get taken advantage of by influencers who are trying to scam you out of product. Protect yourself and have a contract. And the third one is, there is none.
That's it. The third one is call King Creative Media.
Yes.
We will help you with your TikTok.
But not for free because Nana won't let us.
Not for free.
No. Got to get paid.
Yeah.
Anyway, that has been our show for today. Our talk, our topic on the TikTok tips that you should not do in your own business. This has been Creative Talk. It's been really good, actually, chatting with you again.
Oh, thanks.
We'll do this again next week, shall we?
We will.
I think we should. Until then, we'll see you guys next week. We hope you have a good week, a good weekend.
Stay warm.
Amber and I will be doing a tarot reading on Sunday if you want a tarot reading into your life, your business, your relationship. Come see us. We will see you again soon. Take care. Talk to you.